Hello, so this is my little squirt in Sounds Beautiful Festival. This beautiful part of Dorset. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. I enjoyed the sounds of the guinea fowl just a short time ago. So that's the living vehicles field. I'm in what's called a quiet camping field. And as is traditional in an alternative event of this kind, there are composting toilets. So that's what that structure is there in the distance. That's a composting toilet, 4 of them there. So I'm going to do what has become one of my main activities. It's the main activity of everyone here really, which is going for a walk. But because it's a festival, that was a term that was coined at Glastonbury Festival particularly, and the kind of walk that you do at the festival is called a bimble. So here I am bimbling around the festival, and I have not wanted to make any films while I've been here and yes, that's the guinea fowl. Yeah, bit of guinea fowl action over there. Yeah, I've not wanted to film in the festival because it feels like an intrusion on people's privacy. Don't want poking a camera into people's lives in that way, but everyone seems to be tucked up in bed, and it's very shamanic of me, but that's really the thing. Shamans are often going in their own unique way, and mine is to be up and about when everyone else is asleep pretty much. This is very funny because this has got a sign that says glamping, and the glamping field has got 4 small tents and 1 really tiny tent over there. Whoa. So these bridges which cross the little bodies of water which run through the site. Just being here at all is so nourishing. But to be out in nature with a whole bunch of very in sync people is, well, it's a great pleasure, that's all I can say. So there's a sign here. I was in the quiet camping, this is the not quiet camping. And one of the really lovely features is this is a guy, and he's got this very special device to cook on. There it is. So it's a fire in a bowl, and above the bowl there's something for barbecue. It's really great. Came up here 4 showers, and that is the sauna. I didn't notice until the screen fell down yesterday, but there's a hot tub outside the sauna. You get the smell of wood smoke when this is on, which is always a delight to me. Love the smell of wood smoke. So you can see a lot more people could have been accommodated in a festival of this size. So the red tent there is the medical tent. The white one to the right is the information tent. What's nice is that the bridges that cross over the water are lit up with fairy lights in the dark. That's very nice. The orange structure is the bar. Very mindful. Speakers are being covered in plastic in case it rains. which it isn't doing. So I've heard some great bands here over the last few days, and individual performers as well. One guy with a guitar, at a particular point he was accompanied by one with a saxophone, and a lot of the lyrics of the music we've all been listening to have been what we call conscious lyrics. We have the Conscious Rap Collective here as part of the scene, and that's a completely new genre of music. I knew nothing about conscious rappers. Very interesting bunch of people, what they've got to say. What about the conscious rappers? Well, they're free and they say what they want to say about whatever they feel they want to speak about, and it's really enjoyable listening to them. You get that sense of freedom of people being free to be themselves, doing what they like to do. So on the left hand side here, we've got a load of food stalls, and on the right we've got a load of people selling things, clothes, rattles, musical instruments, bags, all sorts of things. Well, my eye was drawn to this. I'm very familiar with this. Anyone who picks up the light paper will see an advert for this company, but I just do think this is very, very amusing, which is why they've done it, to give everyone a smile as we go past. Nice bullion from Stratford-on-Avon. Cool. And that's what's called the Hoods in the Woods stage. There's been lots of workshops, speakers, and also the Conscious Rap Collective. They've been in there as well. There's a bunch of people. I'm going to keep my camera away from them, so not everyone is asleep at this time of the morning. UK Column, a very prominent organisation in terms of free speech in this country and sharing information, which people are trying to conceal, shall we say. And there's the cafe. I've enjoyed lots of visits to this place, being with people. Great conversation with Stuart, who is in IT and lives in a lorry. Used to live in a camper van, but now he lives in a lorry in Wales. He's told me some fascinating things about quantum computers, and at some point I'd like to share that with you, but I'm not in the headspace to share that with you now, so it's not something you can be doing at the moment. And I just want to say, I wasn't sure whether I was going to make a film here or not, but I'm really enjoying making this film. So this is where all the traders hang out. This is a private space. Now I could easily have walked past this, but I won't. I'll show you. So this is called the Star Circle, and obviously this is a Gaunt's House feature. There's a load of standing stones. And there's this very beautifully camouflaged teepee. Just the right colour to be something that you aren't able to spot very easily. I don't know if it's been the numbers, but it's not had a lot of use, but I have enjoyed doing something which I'm going to do with you now. I'm going to go in. Make sure there's nobody actually in here. No. Time. That's been my experience, so just give you the feeling of being in what is called a lodge. That's what we call teepees, call them lodges. So there's your view out of your entrance, and if I just recline back, then this is a view out of the roof, which I do find incredibly beautiful. I'm just lying on the ground in a teepee. Is actually an experience that's worth having in this life, I would suggest to you. At some point, find yourself in a place where there's a teepee, and that gives me a link for your teepee valleys in Wales. Teepee valleys are a bunch of people, they've got a lot of land actually, and they've been living on the land in Wales in teepees and yurts for over 50 years. It's not a generally known thing, is it? But if you go on YouTube and you put Teepee Valley Wales, you'll find a whole bunch of films come up about the people who live there and their lifestyle. So that was my little cue to tell you that. Right, so let's just... Always in the nomadic shot, you need to bow your head to go in and to go out. It's a kind of a respect thing. So as I bow my head to come out, I have the opportunity to respect and appreciate nature. So now I'm entering the other field. And this is a healing area. There's various people offering massages, there's shiatsu, and there's also Hope Sussex. So probably like me, you've never heard of Hope Sussex. It's an organisation which is clearly successful, and what they're doing is they're focusing on doing things with children and young teenagers to offer an alternative to the mainstream schooling setup. And this is well, people, children and so on are welcome who don't go to school, like education otherwise, but also those who do go to school. So they do activities for children. That's the structure you can see in the distance there. And the place that I have been so grateful to visit on several occasions now is this particular structure. A guy called Clive de Carl. He's part of the Truthing movement, and he speaks a lot about health. Well, this is a homeopathy tent. Anyone who needs homeopathy tent gives it away for free. So Clive de Carl has this thing called the magic chair, Tesla machines and supplements. He does other things too. He's got a presence on social media, YouTube and such like. So those are the words. I'll give you my experience. I lie on the chair. My first experience was for 10 minutes, and at first you're in stillness. You've got a mindfold on you in the dark, and you've got headphones on which produce the sounds. You introduce, and then suddenly the entire chair that you're lying on vibrates, and you've got a variation in settings from 0 up to 100%. And being the kind of person I am, I was on 30% maximum, and you get this shaking thing, so your whole body is being shaken by the chair. And when that happens, you inhale fully and deeply, and then the shaking stops, and you exhale forcefully with an open mouth. The first time I did this was for 10 minutes, and after about 7 minutes it felt like I'd been on there for half an hour. It was quite a challenging experience. Same day I went it the second time for 15 minutes, so much easier. And then yesterday I came for my third experience, did it for 25 minutes, and that 25 minutes flew by so fast, it's like it felt like I'd been there about 5. Isn't it funny? Well, what I can say is it really does do the job, and I've been able to release massive amounts of trauma on this chair. And actually, the interesting thing, I have not explored the Tesla machines yet, The very interesting thing about being on the magic chair is the shaking is an opportunity for the trauma to be stirred up out of the body's deep recesses, and then when you get the stillness, that's when it comes out. So it gets stirred up as you inhale and you get shaken, and it comes out as you exhale in stillness. So I've been 3 times. I'm so grateful. I'm also very grateful to Clive. He took a personal interest in a health condition of mine and has given me some really practical advice. This guy clearly is doing what he loves and loving what he does, and he's clearly being free, which is, I keep saying, this is the main thing about this festival. It's people who want to be themselves, be free, do things their way. So here we go, up another of the really delightful bridges. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch off. I'm going to go past the Woods and Woods stage, not to bother people with my device. Then I'm going to take you into the forest space,